Hello everybody, welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today in deck number 506, we're looking at Hanna Ship's Navigator. Now, one of the original members of the Weatherlight crew. Hanna is, well, just this art is really, really, really good. I don't think she's ever had bad art, just enchantingly beautiful. Anyway, she's got, let's see, she was the Navigator, of course. And for 3 mana and tapping her, you can return target artifact or enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. Now, this is a popular thing to tinker with artifacts since, obviously there's blue in there. White has a little synergy with artifacts as well, mostly equipment, but still. That's not what I did. I went straight enchantments, and let's take a look at it. But first, let's look at our mana rocks, shall we? Mana acceleration. They're not all rocks. The last one's not. We have an unstable obelisk. Now, this is kind of an unusual one to put in here. Yeah, it's 3 for a 1 colorless rock, but you've also have this 7 mana sack it to destroy target permanent. Now, late game, that's exactly probably what we're going to use with it. And the benefit of Hanna is we can keep getting it back. Same thing with like the Clue Stone. Later we can sack it, draw a card, get it back if we need to. Then, of course, Azor's Key Rune, Prismatic Lens, Azor's Signet, Field Mist Border Post, and Smothering Tithe. Now, Smothering Tithe, I don't have to tell you how awesome it is, but it is an enchantment, so that kind of feeds into our theme. What do we... let's look at our creatures that... This is all of our creatures. Now, keep in mind, it's not a lot, but we have other ways. Now, we're going to start off with Mesa Enchantress. Play an enchantment, draw a card. Starfield Mystic is going to make those enchantment spells cheaper. Then we've got the creepiest art ever, Blessed Spirits. Cast enchantment to get a counter. That's really good. Bruna. I guess this is a telltale sign that we're going to have some auras in the deck, aren't we? Bruna is an amazing commander in and of herself. Preface, there is no Eldrazi conscription in here. I don't have that many of those anymore, and man, that's a heck of a magic card. Silent Sentinel. Whenever it attacks, of course, you just get an enchantment back, so that's recursion. The enchantment creatures, that we got from the Theros block. The Celestial Archon, Archetype of Imagination, Whitewater Naiads, all enchantment and creatures, so that's neat. Now, we're going to put this one in there. Is it? Yeah. At the end of each turn, or at end of turn, if this is enchanted by 2 or more enchantments, flip it. So now we're going to show you the flip version. It flips into Autumn Tail Kitsune Sage. For 1 mana, it allows you to move target enchantment aura from one creature to another creature. So you can pass around. That'll come great once we get into the aura section. Johnny's Chosen. Might as well get some 2/2 cats while we're at it. Danitha Compassion. Your auras are going to cost 1 less to cast. Aura Thief. You gain control of all enchantments. This is just, I don't know, it's funny more than anything else. And then Heavenly Blade Master. This is another one that kind of toys around with auras. You may attach any number of auras you control to it. So, she can suck them up kind of like Bruna does. And other creatures you control get 1/1 for each aura on her. So, I guess we probably need to look at some enchantments, don't we? Let's look at since we just did creatures, we'll do the auras. Now, Free from the Real is in there just mainly because um, our commander taps. And yes, it's 3 mana to tap her, and then 1 mana for this. In late game, we can repeatedly use her over and over. Spirit Link. Now, Spirit Link is a great. I think Spirit Link is one of the great cards. It is, in my opinion, definitively better than Lifelink. The difference is the controller of Spirit Link is who gains the life when the creature deals damage, as opposed to Lifelink, which gives the creature lifelink, meaning whoever controls the creature. So, that being said, the difference is you can put Spirit Link on your own creature. They work kind of the same, effectively. But you can put Spirit Link on your opponent's creature, and it will, if it attacks you, yeah, you're going to take that damage, then gain that much life. But we play a multiplayer format, so if it attacks somebody else, then you're going to gain life off of it. So that's kind of neat. Shielded by Faith is just indestructible. It's amazing. Now, Arcanum Wings is one that I absolutely love. Now, this is a great one with the Eldrazi conscription. This is the only card printed so far that has Aura Swap. Now, in Future Sight, they did a ton of abilities where that only appeared on one card. And we haven't seen Aura Swap since. Some of those abilities we've seen flesh out, like Delve and whatnot. But the Aura Swap, so we cast this on a creature, we've got 2 mana in it. Yeah, it gains flying. And then we spend 3, so now we're up to 5 mana total payment to exchange this aura with an aura in your hand. So that's where you cheat the mana cost. Essentially, anything that costs 5 or more than 5, you're getting a value on. And the fact that you can do this at instant speed. So that's what's beautiful. Battle Master, you're just going to give whatever has double strike. Righteous Authority is kind of card drawy too, +1/+1 for each card in your hand, and then you get to draw an extra card. So that's cool. Confiscate is probably needs to be in the removal. Now, this is an aura, so Steel of the Godhead is just amazing. On our commander, it's +2/+2 lifelink and unblockable, or, as well as Bruna. Sage's Reverie. Draw a card for each aura you control that's attached to a creature. That's pretty sweet. And then Enchanted Creature gets 1/1 for each other aura, that's attached to a creature. Similar to Ethereal Armor, +1 for each enchantment. We have a new one in all that glitters, Artifact or Enchantment. This is like the perfect card for the deck, right? Eel Umbra and Octopus Umbra, because, why not? Let's look at some. What is this? This is things that are not enchantments, but that kind of deal with it. Helm of the Gods, Crystal Chimes to get all those enchantments back once they're are gone, and the tutors of 3 Dreams and Idyllic Tutor. So I guess let's look at the rest of the what used to be called global enchantments. Yeah, that's there were global and local back briefly there in the mid-90s. So obviously, y'all know me. I love Sigil of the Empty Throne. It's a great card, especially in a lot of enchantments. So getting 4/4 angels every time you cast. I don't know how many enchantments are in the deck, but I know there's a bunch. Favorable Winds is, of course, going to make those 5/5 angels and make another one while we're at it. And most of our creatures, in fact, do already fly. We have stuff like Ghostly Prison. Now, I don't have a propaganda, but I do have the Sphere of Safety to go with it to make it, not real profitable to attack you. These are, especially the Sphere of Safety, which is many, In enchantment decks, Sphere of Safety tends to draw a bullseye on itself, because once you play it and people figure out that you got to pay 5, 6, 7 mana per creature to attack, if they're playing any kind of aggro, they're gunning for the Sphere. Now, Spear of Heliod, really good. It's an enchantment and an artifact and an anthem and removal. So, True Conviction, double strike and lifelink, sign me up. Dance of Many, I like Dance of Many, especially for decks like this, because it is an enchantment that has a clonish type ability, and it's really cheap too. Teferi's Moat, you just choose red and goblins can attack you, or blue, or I'm sorry, black, because zombies, it's whatever you need. Knighthood, all of your creatures are going to gain first strike. That's pretty good. Rest in Peace, I'll be honest with you, Rest in Peace is in there because it should be. I mean, it's white, it's an enchantment, and really, for a deck like this, you do want enchantments that are going to further your game plan, obviously, but this one can just protect you from losing. Graveyards are just so, in our format, I mean, every color can interact with the graveyard to some extent, and we tend to abuse that. It's kind of like a second hand. We use those cards over and over. Cathars Crusade. This is insane if we are pumping out an angel every time we cast an enchantment. And then one of our good favorites, Opalescence. Now, don't have the replenish in here with it, but the Opalescence, a lot of times you just play Opalescence and swing for the win. I mean, it's just really, that's how it works. A little bit of card draw and Frantic Search, Folio of Fancies, and Pursuit of Knowledge. Here again, Pursuit of Knowledge coming in because you sacrifice it, I mean, after you skip 3 draws, but you sack it to draw your 7, so this puts the enchantment in the graveyard that you can get back with our commander. So now we have removal. Well, I say removal enchantments. You know what I'm talking about. The Pacifism, Detention Sphere, Banishing Light, Vow of Flight even. As long as it can't attack me, I don't have a problem with it. And in a pinch, we can put it on ours. And then I like Guard Duty. I'll be honest with you. This is probably one of those that I have in there because it's fun. I mean, it's just funny. Nothing says loving like giving your opponent's creature defender. Yeah, your Kozilek just don't want to attack no more. It's on Guard Duty. We have not much mass removal. Hour of Reckoning pops all non-tokens, and then Slaughter the Strong. Disenchant, Negate, Counterspell. Whoa, come on, stay in there, Counterspell, and Oblation. Oblation just good for removal and, panic card draw, especially if somebody's going to exile something that to one of your enchantments. You can shuffle it back in, draw a couple cards, and, go about your day. So let's look at our non-basic lands. We have a good amount of just the 2-color lands, Exotic Orchard, Azorus Chancery, Tranquil Cove, Meandering River, Azorus Guildgate, Sigiri Refuge, Evolving Wilds. Now, Rogue's Passage, of course, we know is in here because there's a good chance that Bruna's going to get huge. Some cycle lands in Secluded Steppe, Drifting Meadow, Desert of the Mindful. No, some of these last 4 here. Dwarf Landscape, just going to go get whichever color we need. Seed of the Synod's only in there because it is an artifact. She can get it back. I mean, we don't really have anything that counts enchantments, or I mean, that counts artifacts except for the all it glitters. So it's so one up there. Halimar Depths or Ponderland, and then our last one is Mystic Sanctuary because this is a real card. I mean, I love it, and it does shine a little brighter in mono blue. Obviously, it's easier to get those 3 islands, but it does a lot of work in just 2-color decks as well. Or at least I think it would. That's why I'm going to try it. I may be wrong. But that is Hanna. Been waiting to build that one. Got my tokens ready. I try to keep the tokens in the deck box with each deck, so there are times when I have failed to do that, but it's one of those things I like to try to do. So that is 506. We're on our way. Almost getting the road done. But that is what I have got for today for Miss Hanna. I don't have another deck finished right now, so I have to get building. I'm thinking about, y'all let me know what you think on this one. I am, as you know, I've been going back and listing decks on Archidect. I think I'm in the 100, 105, 107 range, somewhere thereabouts. And as I'm going through those decks, some of them just flat out need to be upgraded. Because like right now, I have got over there tribal hydras from Ulash the Hate Seed, because she's green and red, and there was a lot of red hydras early on before that became green's iconic creature type. So, but there's been a lot of hydras because that was deck 104, 105. That was a couple years ago. So there's been a lot of good hydras come out in that time. I mean, I'm rambling. I hadn't really said what I wanted to say, have I? But to go back and update some of those as I'm listing them and just reshoot the old deck, because to be honest with you, it's not the version that I want it to be anymore, because times have changed. We've gotten a bunch of cards, and Gargos, that Hydra that makes Hydras cost 4 or less. Yeah, I've built that deck. I've done that one. But this is a red-green Ulash tribal Hydra deck that needs to be in, So just updating cards, maybe reshooting it. May not do it a lot. Maybe once in a while here and there, as I see a deck that just glaringly obviously needs to be revisited. And, some of those early decks was before I have the tech that I have now, with the camera and the mic and the lighting and whatnot. So those videos probably need to be reshot. Some of them you can't even read the cards in that first probably 10, 15, 20 videos. So y'all let me know what you think. Is that something you care about? I realize a lot of y'all probably weren't with the channel way back 3 years ago when I started, but it's I think it'd be good to get a newer version. But y'all let me know what you think. But right now, I think it is time to shuffle and cut.